When Adam and Eve ate of the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, it's been generally assumed the story was symbolic and the fruit was something common, such as an apple. There are only two possibilities. Either the story is symbolic and a parable, or it was a literal event. In the first scenario, the tree refers to something mankind was not to know or experience, and it's just a parable relating about that. If the story is history, it needs to be understood in context. But if the story is history, where did the event take place? Would not a physical Eden have been found by now, complete with angels and a burning sword? But what if parable and history were not as mutually exclusive as this world imagines? What if the story was a parable, but still an event that took place? God spoke the world into existence and declared it to be good. Physical things are not good, only spiritual things are good. Adam and Eve were kicked out of the garden, but was it a physical garden or a spiritual one? We try to locate the Garden of Eden in a physical place using geography, but the Bible does not locate spiritual places using actual physical markers. Tartarus is a place for fallen angels, but not necessarily a physical place as we understand it. But in God's eyes, physical and spiritual distance are equivalent. Heaven is above earth, and those who sin are below heaven, and indeed below earth. Earth is a kind of neutral or average, below which no one ought to fall. If we think of the tree as a system that is called the knowledge of good and evil, then the fruit would be the consequences. If Adam and Eve were attracted to an alternative system because they liked the results better, then nothing is more natural than they would be ejected out of the system which they were in, but which was incompatible with the one that they had chose to be in. Eden, then, is not a physical place, but an intellectual one. It stands to reason that if Eden is a tragedy alien from that into which Adam and Eve were ejected, its manifestation is this very same system we are in. We can predict there is a strategic unity found on earth, a common thread that runs throughout human history. We believe this thread to be fatalism, which has two versions, the light and the dark. Fatalism is manifested as intersectionality and the theory of victimization and the gambler syndrome, the idea one can bend fate. Knowing good and evil is fatalism, and its fruit is the system we are in today, and as said, the major features of which are intersectionality and the idea that we can bend fate as in gambling.